It's Cairns here at Creekside, again on the mat with some foundation training inspired movements. We are going to do the prone exercises today. So on our tummies, the anchored extension, as well as my favorite, the 8-point plank, okay? A version of the plank that is just so fantastic. Those of you who have practiced it with me, I know you love it too. Okay, so here we go. So let's start from all fours. Okay, so we have that nice neutral all fours position. Find that neutral spine. Good, belly is in, low back is nice and long. We have natural curves in the spine. And we just check the plank to begin. So moving in and out very slowly from all fours to our regular plank. As we did last time, making sure that we're not compressing the lumbar by dropping our hips too much or coming into some sort of modified downward dog type position. Okay, good. So once we have that basic plank warm up, we can drop those knees to a 3/4 plank and let's lower down to the floor this way. So elbows in, shoulder blades back, slowly all the way down to the floor. Hands under the shoulders, knees together, feet together, toes come off the floor, a little dorsiflexion at the ankles there, toes towards shins, and squeeze those knees together lightly with your hands on the floor or lift them up as you're holding this isometric held contraction. Let's hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release, big breath. And let's bring ourselves right into our 8-point plank. So the 8 points, as you know, are hands, elbows, knees, and toes, okay? You're going to bring your attention to your navel. That's the center of the action. So we're going to draw everything towards the navel. Remember, there's a string hanging from your navel, and attached to that string is a heavy weight, okay? So you're going to squeeze the string to lift the weight. So you're squeezing at the navel, the hips come up. It feels shaky because you're squeezing as hard as you can to hold on to that slippery little string. And you're holding, you're still breathing, and then slowly in control, lowering down. We never want to take that one to failure because your back is in a vulnerable position. So come out a little before you know you really need to. Okay, and then we can go right back into the anchored extension, coming up and holding. Good. Chin tucked, shoulders back, squeeze the knees. For 3, 2, 1, and release. We'll come right back into our 8-point plank. So with our 8-point plank, as you get to feel stronger, the way that you progress this is by moving your elbows slightly forward, like 1 millimeter at a time. So we're not going to jump right out here quite yet. And if you need to feel more secure, you hug your elbows closer in. Okay? All right. So choosing your position, find that string at the navel and squeeze as those hips come off the floor. Try not to drop the head, okay? Try to keep that nice neutral spine the whole time from the base of your skull to your tailbone. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze at the navel. For 3, 2, 1, and release. Good. We can come to 5 crocodile breaths. And after your 5th breath, drag those hands back and bring yourself back to that child's pose to get a complete release in the low back. Again, choose the position that you feel most comfortable in. Just trying to support your head in some way on the floor, chin in hands, using fists. And let's roll over then onto our backs today. Let's add in the anchored bridge. Okay, so the anchoring is the knee squeeze. Okay, so you're extended out on your mat, a little bit of a bend in the knees, heels on the floor, dorsiflexed ankles, so toes pulling towards shins, chin tucked, and squeeze those knees together as the hips come off the floor. Okay, so you can hold here, you can count. Again, count to 3, count to 5. Challenge yourself appropriately. And then bring yourself back down. Just resting with a cobbler's leg pose. So feet together, knees apart for a couple breaths in between. And then we can go again. So to increase the difficulty of this one, if you want to, or as you're ready, you take the legs, the heels further away. To add more support, you bring the heels closer in, okay? As those hips come up, you're still squeezing the knees. To add even less stability, there's the option to bring the hands off the floor, finding again that sphere of tension. Lift those hips a little higher. You can bring the arms overhead. Good. Again, just holding for what feels like a challenging amount to you, yet you're still in control of your body. And lowering down and releasing. Taking a couple nice belly breaths to relax. Breathing right into those hands.